The snow was already falling on Valkenheim. But we went anyway.
Keep your eyes open, watch my six. Alright, here we go. Playing as Holden Cross, the Lawbringer today. This should be exciting. A nice change of pace from the Warden. We have the most versatile weapon ever created by humanity with us, so this should be a cakewalk. There are some observables around. We'll go back for them a little bit later. So we gotta hear a little bit of Apollyon's super sensual voice, because it is it's truly amazing. But on a different note, though, we're not playing as a female character this time. We're playing as an exclusively male character, which is always kind of interesting when there are exclusively male and exclusively female characters. But the cool thing about that is that it sort of makes sense, right? And I don't question it when that sort of decision is made correctly, right? When you have a character like the Lawbringer who's supposed to when you have a character, oh my goodness, stop. When you have a character like the Lawbringer, he looks like he's supposed to be a big, unstoppable male character. If there was a female Lawbringer, I don't know if I would actually play as the female version of it, right? Like there's female versions and male versions of a lot of the characters in For Honor. The Berserker has male and female. The Warden has male, female, and those all they just kind of make sense, right? But with the Lawbringer and other of the male exclusive characters, and even others of the female exclusive characters, man, better stop blocking my attacks. This is supposed to be easy. Yeah, it just sort of makes sense with some of the characters, and I think people, for the most part, are in tune with that, and when a game gets made where it feels like a character is made a different sex or a different ethnicity just because, and there's no actual reason for it, then we get kind of upset, and then the whole social justice warrior arguments start to come out. It's like, why are we making Spider-Man black now? And that is a good question. Why are we making a black Spider-Man? Like, just make another superhero and make him black. Spider-Man's like a white kid from Queens. Just let it be. You know what I'm saying? just you know, why we got to change stuff? Wait a minute now. Catapults are destroying our soldiers. Not the bridge. Now we're stuck over here.
Those catapults needed,
You know, but there's certain characters that, you know, they are white guys or they are males because they're just kind of supposed to be, right? Master Chief, for example, in Halo 4, they did a reveal of his face for the legendary ending, and surprise, surprise, Master Chief is a white guy, and up until that point, he could have been any race. You know, you could have imagined yourself as Master Chief or whatever. But when they revealed him as a white guy, nobody was surprised, right? Like, but if they revealed Master Chief to be a black guy, even me as a black person, I would have been like, nah, that's not Master Chief. I would have said no. I would have said that's not who Master Chief is, right? And you know, even knowing, you know, what he's supposed to look like according to the developers of the game, I still view him, you know, when I'm playing the game, as I just sort of put myself in his shoes and just imagine him being me, as opposed to, you know, giving him the generic face, which is you know, which is interesting. Boom, judge, jury, and executioner. You can't block that, boy. Stop. There you go. You know, so there's certain times when it is okay for a character to be a white guy, and it's okay for a character to be a male, and we don't need to ask for it to be made female. You know, and another example of that for me personally is Call of Duty. I don't think there's ever been a female protagonist in any of the Call of Duty games. It's always been some sort of grizzly white guy or some or a black guy. And even if it has been a black guy, I don't even remember if that was the thing. But it's usually always a grizzly white guy. And I keep thinking he's going from the side, but it's coming from the top. Oh, I knocked him down. I'm trying to throw him in the ice water. Boy, you better get your ass in the water. There you go. So yeah, right. You know, and that's not to say there couldn't be a female main character in Call of Duty, but for me, it just oh man, stop. It just feels like it sort of makes sense for the whoop parried again. Ugh, I don't know what I'm doing here. But, you know, it makes sense for certain characters to be, you know, whatever ethnicity that isn't a quote, minority, end quote. Right? Uh-oh. Look at that. That was obviously scripted. This guy knocked me onto the ice. Alright, well, he did make it a little bit easier for me, but it would have... I swear this ice is gonna break underneath my feet. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So we're gonna go over here and put his back against the water, and then is it gonna fall? I want him to kind of just fall into the ice as it's cracking. I gotta stop. He about to kill me. All right. Shit. All right, let me stop playing around because I'm about to die here. Let me stop acting the fool. There we go.
I need to regroup with the vanguard.
But yeah, so how do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about certain characters feeling like they're supposed to be men, feeling like they're supposed to be women, feeling like certain characters are supposed to be black, like Sergeant Johnson in Halo? He's black, obviously, right? It would be weird if Sergeant Johnson was white. I said it. But I want to know how you guys feel about that. How do you feel about a white Sergeant Johnson or whatever? And there was an observable that I've missed. I'm going to go back for that right now.
So many of my people fear the decorations of our savage foes. But I have never feared the demons of my enemies. I am their demon. The Vikings are ancient as we are. The difference is, they vanished for centuries. We never left. But any who doubt their claim to these lands need only look at the ruins their ancestors built for them. Wherever we go, the peaceful life that is called civilization scatters. It is a social agreement that is so easily dissolved. Fragile. The cataclysm was not one event, it was many. Lands rose and fell. The sky rained fire, ash, and worse things. The seas rose and then retreated. It is a miracle that any of us are still here.
What is worse than the skies raining fire? Is she trying to imply that there was poop coming out of the sky, raining down on us? So yeah, that's the question of the day. I always try to incorporate some sort of a question that, you know, get a nice little fun discussion going about random things that most people don't tend to think about when they're playing video games. Or do we? I don't know, because these kind of topics do come up a lot on the internet, and I'm going to cut this part out while I'm running back to the part of the map that I was supposed to be at. All right, here we go. Yeah, I bring this stuff up because I'm interested in it. I'm always interested in the dynamics of men and women and all that kind of stuff, and you know, how it plays out. And we live in an interesting time. Okay, if you didn't know, everything is very sensitive nowadays. Everything is that Apollyon?
I am Apollyon. I was a warden once. Now, I have become something greater. I am the 8th warlord of the Blackstone Legion. The only one strong enough to survive. And through me, this land will see a new age.
Nice. I've only played this mission one other time, but I never noticed that Apollyon was standing here in it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we live in an interesting time where people are a bit more sensitive to certain things, and people do want to see more diversity in the games that they play, but it has to be done right. If you do diversity wrong, it feels tacked on. Like when you make Spider-Man black, it's like Spider-Man was already like fine the way he was. So we don't need to change him.
Our technology is what separates us from the Vikings. And with these, we would make the so-called impassable defense of the gates of Valkenheim meaningless.
But yeah, I don't know though. I don't know. Because I'm just a guy. I'm just a. Well, that didn't work as well as it was supposed to. You know, but yeah, I'm just a guy. I'm just a regular guy from the Bronx. I went to a 2-year college, so you know, I'm not that smart. But I got a decent head on my shoulders. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. But I'm not a genius. Just a regular. Oop. I'm just a regular person at the end of the day. And look at this. Fighting. This is actually a really cool set piece. Oh gosh, is this gonna fall if I stand on it for too long? I don't like this at all. Let's get off this thing. But this really is a nice set piece. Look at this. This is beautiful. Sir, you're interrupting my gazing at the beauty. And I'm not doing anything with the camera, by the way. It's shaking on its own, and that is a nice little touch that adds to the drama of the moment. So let's go ahead and finish this campaign before I say anything else that will potentially make me lose subscribers. And there we go. We are lowering the bridge.
We couldn't leave a force behind to guard the prisoners. Master, this beast killed at least 40 soldiers, including Davis.
Do you know how to tell a predator from prey? You can't, of course, unless you see them in war. Well done.
I had thought that her laws of selection only applied to us.
All right, and there we go. We finished the mission. Got a couple of observables along the way. We saw some more of Apollyon, learned a little bit more about her. She's still a very ambiguous character, but interesting nonetheless. On that note, though, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back. So, as always, the name of the game is For Honor. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.